wife of Phineas from Easy Floor Solutions.
Jen, the other half. Oh, man. Hey, everyone. Ricardo Braddock here, a.k.a. Real Estate Braddock. And on today's show, who do I have?
Stephanie Simpian, wife of Phineas from Easy Floor Solutions.
Jen, the other half. Oh, man.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted you here.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to know, how is it? Especially with a, busy man, very outgoing guy, working as a boss mom, also working yourself, but a lot of people don't understand that back, the behind the scenes, right? Of what the wife does.
Yep.
So I wanted you on here to kind of explain, like, how does that work?
Yeah. So thank you so much for having me on, Ricardo. You've become a great friend for us. So we appreciate you, and your setup is legit. So
Appreciate
super
that.
excited to be on here.
Awesome.
I love this topic. I think that it's not discussed enough. Especially there's like this trend going around. You've probably seen it like on TikTok too, where younger girls are like, I just want to be a housewife and like not do anything. And that's great. But I think they don't understand like what it's like. Yeah. And like what it's like to be married to an entrepreneur. It's a journey for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And it's taken me a lot of maturing. It's just in April, 8 years since we've been married.
Wow.
So it definitely took me getting to this point. And like, I have some tips that I want to share that I wish I would have heard like 8 years ago. That would have made my life a lot easier.
Nice. Yeah. Let's hear, like, give me a couple of your tips that you think that these, again, like you were saying, I don't get on TikTok, but I understand that there's probably people out there that, want to, be this housewife, think they ain't going to do jack.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of work, especially if you have kids, especially if you do help the husband in the business. Yeah. So what tips can you give them and say, hey, look, it's not always peaches and cream,
right? Yeah. So for sure, I think one of the first that I can think of is just be able to adapt very quickly. For me, that was really difficult to learn just because I'm just my personality. I'm very like type A. And I married somebody who's the opposite. I'm very introverted. He's extroverted. We're kind of opposite in every sense of the word, but it's cool because we balance each other out. But so I've had to learn over time how to adapt, because the life of an entrepreneur is a lot of ups and downs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, when I came on here, he talked about being here for 10 years. So 10 years, that's 10 years of life that you do together. We started dating almost 10 years ago. And, it's not always it's a steady incline, but it's ups and downs.
Right.
And so it's just really, people will understand being married to an entrepreneur. They're very innovative. They always have the ideas. And so they come with a lot of the ideas. And sometimes it's like another idea.
Yeah, I know. And it's stressful, right?
It is. It's stressful being the other half of that. But it just takes trust. When I first met Phineas, I saw like the vision. I was 21, I was really young, but I'm like, this guy has something and he's going to get somewhere. So I really saw it. But it took patience and trusting him and trusting that vision through the ups and downs. Even when he started Easy Floor Solutions, I remember us going back and forth a lot with him quitting his full-time job. We have 2 kids. And that was difficult because you're quitting something stable, going into the unknown. But every time there was like an opportunity that came up, I think you can attest to this, I pushed him and I was like, go for it, because I trusted him. And so far, thank God, every time it's been great.
And that's what we need as husbands, right? We need that. We need that motivation too, because we are a team. You're a partnership, and you definitely want that support from your spouse, because you don't want to feel alone at it, because then you feel like you're just the one doing it all and you're benefiting from it because it does work, or I am making money. And so you want your input too. We want your input too, right? The husband always wants the wife's input too. And you may shoot this idea down for a good reason and we didn't think of it. And it's like, all right, I get you. So again, wish there was more, say, husbands that appreciated that, hard work and behind the scenes stuff that the wife does do. But, unfortunately, they don't see it because they're out there busy and focused on the job and making money and all this stuff, right?
Absolutely. And if that's something else I can kind of hit on, just kind of piggybacking off what you said, with being married to an entrepreneur. And they put 150% into work. And a lot of times, like, it's been difficult because I'm like, we're getting like the short end sometimes at home.
Oh,
so
for sure.
Second thing I would say, communicate clearly. Communication
100%.
is huge. I think you can attest to that as
100%.
well. Communicating clearly your wants, your needs. And then the second thing is, like, when your entrepreneur is like out there and he's hustling, you can't just be sitting at home waiting, because you're going to be waiting a lot. So the best thing I've ever done for myself was like to have hobbies and work on myself.
Bam, bingo.
So, I mean, I got to the point where I got married so young. I was just in that supportive role for him, but I was subconsciously so frustrated and I didn't know why. And I think it was because I was limiting myself. And then he was just like, hey, what do you want to do? So I went back to school. I finished my bachelor's. I'm doing my master's now. I have 2 jobs. Thank you. But it's something that's fulfilling for me, that I'm not just sitting home twiddling my thumbs until he comes home.
Well, that's freaking awesome. Like, I've never even heard that, I'm over here. What could I do to internally, change my mindset, right? And so you did something for yourself that you went and got, your bachelor's, and you're working, and you are raising the kids. And so, like, there's just a lot of things that you're doing to keep yourself busy so you don't go crazy, you know what I'm saying? And some just sit there and go crazy until they just can't deal with it, and then they want to divorce or they want to, separate or something like that. And that's what, like, well, wait, we didn't even fix this. We didn't try. Did you try anything? You know what I'm saying? So, but there does need to be a balance too, right? Work and home balance. And that's one thing. But communication is a big one, like you said, and work and home balance is a must.
Absolutely. And another thing that I think is important, because you kind of hit on that, how you get to the point where you're so frustrated and then it's like a dissolution of the relationship. That's not your spouse's fault, who's the entrepreneur. It's your fault for not communicating possibly, or not working on yourself. You can't just, expect somebody, they're out there, they're hustling. You knew who they were. So you got to kind of support that. And then another thing that I find really important that I've kind of learned now in the later years is having like a joint schedule and penciling things in. I just used to be like before with him, hey, can you pick up the kids? Can you take whatever to the dentist? And obviously he would forget, and then I would get frustrated. So having that joint calendar, making those appointments, and just, it kind of helps for him to make his life easier.
So you need to put a tracker on him too. No, I'm just kidding.
He's all over the valley.
He's all over the valley. Sure. Yeah, but no, I mean, that, like I said, that's very smart, doing that calendar thing, so that he and you probably do the calendar and then attach him so he can always have it on his phone. So that to me is like a good way to, again, that's communication. You know what I'm saying?
It helps you stay connected throughout the day. Even like just like a 2-minute check-in call in the morning or whatever. Being able to just stay connected. Because, you have the calendars together. And I mean, when you have kids added into the mix, job, school, whatever, it makes life so much busier that it really helps to just have that kind of a schedule together. And then one more thing, if I can add, is I found it really helpful for me is to get somehow involved in the business.
Oh, there you go.
Just because, I mean, it's like an entrepreneur, their business and their work is like their second or third love. So it's like they dedicate so much time to it. It helps if you can get involved in some way, because then it's like you have something also in common to talk about, and you're kind of pulling together towards the same thing.
Yeah, same goals, you know what I'm saying? And it's your guys's, so you're helping them out. And again, also wish there was more wives like that too, right? And my wife's the same way. She may like find, this might, or she gets kind of stressed, because I am going to invest some money or something. But at the end, she trusts me because she knows that I'm making this decision for the family.
Absolutely.
The family is first and foremost that I focus on, that I want to leave them with something, right? So when you put family and you put, your trust in your experience, and you go forward to do something, you feel like, you're going to make it, you're going to do something, and you want that support from the wife, you know what I'm saying? To say, hey, I support you in this, or can I help a little bit here? And so she does help me the same way, even though she has a full-time job, like yourself, busy, but still manages to find just a little bit of time, and it's very much appreciated. Now, I might not say it enough to her how much I appreciate a lot of the stuff she does. I'm sure Phineas.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I appreciate you, baby. But I know Phineas, probably doesn't say it as many, but I'm sure in his head he feels it, right? It's like, man, I'm glad she took care of that. Man, I'm glad she did that. Now, just expressing it is maybe that next step, so that the partner sees it and goes, all right, he sees, you know, that I'm helping or I'm here doing stuff. So
right. Yeah, it does help for sure. Yeah.
Nice. Any other little tidbits for the viewers?
Just get uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not super extrovert, but being an entrepreneur's wife, you have to be a lot of times in a lot of settings.
Yeah.
You're an extension of that person,
Yep.
and you're an extension of their company a lot of times.
100%.
So it's like, just, you know, be friendly, be polite with all of the workers, be getting down, you know, to their level and kind of doing life together sometimes, I think can help a lot too, to kind of build that team atmosphere.
Fantastic. Wow, that's some good information. Like getting it from that side, you know what I'm saying? Because again, a lot of partners don't want to get on. They're like, nope, that's his job. He does all this stuff. But I appreciate you coming out. I appreciate you giving your insight in the, you know, in the back end, right? Where most people don't get this information. So thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate you. I'll put her social media handle, tell them what it is, and let's say bye to everybody.
Yeah, so my social media handle is Cynthia and my last name, and that's where you can find me, just everyday tidbits of my life, my mom life.
Fantastic. Heck yeah. So to all you boss mothers, take some pointers, or want to be in a position like that, take some pointers. This is another great open house. Real Estate Braddock out. Peace.